wipe it off. $1 million worth of game. Can't feel that I work too hard. Poetry only needs. What's good? What's good? What is good? It's your boy, Dope Boy Diesel, back in the motherfucking Doja Room. We here once again. Wasn't too much going on yesterday, so we skipped out on that because we wanted to save it for today. We wanted to get to the meat and potatoes today. I don't know why my camera seemed like it's not focused either. It's a little blurry, or it's not focusing or something. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? Where we at with that? Where we at with that? Camera fucking up? Come on. Looking a little blurry here. I gotta. It ain't. Oh, okay, I see what it is. It's my mic. It's my mic. It need to. She need to focus up. There we go. You know what I'm saying? There we go. She need to focus up a little bit. Okay. Welcome to the Doja Room, to all my stoners, hippies, and hip hop enthusiasts. Y'all know what time it is. It is that time. Now, I hopped in here earlier with you guys. I did. We hopped in here earlier where I revealed my source. I called my source on the phone earlier. I called my source on the phone earlier. Just so you niggas can see I'm not bluffing. When I say I got a source, I got a source. Okay? We don't play these games. Like we don't do all of this chatting and chirping, and we don't know what we talking about here in the Doja Room. We don't do that, okay? A lot of these niggas get on the internet, they talk opinions, they talk all of this shit that they don't really know about. They just give opinions. Yeah, I want y'all to know, when y'all come into the Doja Room, y'all talking to somebody that's locked in, who done brushed shoulders with countless niggas in the industry. So I want to pull that up. I want to go ahead and pull that up for the people who missed that, because as I said, I spoke with my source, and the angle that he took is very interesting. I want to put that to the forefront, just because it's just important to see this perspective and see how the people who were around Diddy, especially the most people like him who was standing with Diddy, you know what I'm saying, 10 toes down, they weren't exactly having the best of times. And you're gonna hear it here while me and him are kind of discussing the verdict a little bit, how he is, you know what I'm saying, kind of giving it up. Now, this is one of two of my sources in the Diddy trial. This is somebody who's been with the family, been around the family, in contact with the family. He's been to court. He's been reporting to me things that's going on, and generally how the family has been doing. But we're gonna get into this phone call that I had with him. And yeah, let's break that down a little bit.
Tweaking. You gave up a lot. These 10 weeks it is inspiring. You work to, so yeah, I mean, the only thing that he is getting hit with, it was seen, is the trend. Oh, we got the source calling in. We got my source calling in. Hold up. God is good. God is good. Yo, that's what's up, bro. Like, I ain't gonna hold you. How niggas feeling? They holding their heads up, shit like that.
Bro, I'm in the streets, bro. I don't pay attention to FaceTime me, cause
Bro was getting, and when he's sitting here breaking it down, yo, understand, he answered the phone for me, cause I'm me. But niggas at this point were blowing his phone the fuck up, okay? There's a lot of niggas he wasn't even trying to talk to, hear from, because I don't know, I think he was kind of fearful of the results, so he wasn't really trying to pay attention to too much, and he wasn't exactly there today, because there was hella people out there today. There was hella people out here, but you're gonna hear him break down and just basically get into, you know what I'm saying, his resentment of how people not only treated Diddy in this case, but
subsequently started treating him.
Every day, hold on, wait a minute.
Yeah. You gotta stay low. I already know.
Yeah,
You gotta stay low, but you know you. Yeah, you know you the one niggas come to, nigga, when it come down to, you feel me? Like a lot of us was interested.
If y'all haven't watched this video, please go on my page and give this video a repost and a like. Okay, this is me talking to my source. I've been talking for these last 10 weeks. I've been telling y'all niggas I got a source, I got a source, I got a source. It was not cap. Go ahead and listen to this video. Give it a like, give it a repost.
Introduced to this shit, this whole, you know what I'm saying, through you. So you feel me? Like that's why I gotta let niggas know, like, nah, niggas ain't really getting down. Like y'all trying to, and we could see the whole case. It's like y'all trying to drum this shit up. Like, yo, bro, niggas is living. Like, why y'all trying to make it seem like it's a whole thing that it's not? So a lot of people started seeing that. I'm glad, you feel me, because at the end of the day, we talking about some people that me, you, done been around, and we ain't never ever had to, like, you feel me.
And I done said that a bunch of times. I done been around Justin, Christian, you know what I'm saying, a bunch of other niggas who I'ma just be honest, I've never seen any of the shit. Now, me being a media head and me being a media figure right now and me doing my job, I have to be somewhat objective because at the end of the day, I don't truly know. I'm not around these niggas nowhere near as much as him who's talking on the phone. I'm not around them niggas nowhere near as much as him. So I wasn't gonna sit here and stand in a place of, oh nah, fuck that. I ain't never seen him do that. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what niggas be doing behind closed doors. And at the end of the day, I'm not here to completely absolve everything that he did, but let's continue to call.
Witness, experience, no shit like that. You feel me? So.
Where do you want to share it? Then not only that, nigga, what? We about to take over. Wait till I'm just waiting today. Wait till I post some pics. I got some fire pics.
You got some fire pics?
We gonna go global. I'm just waiting for everything to be over. That's what I want.
Oh, it's. Oh, I mean, look. Though.
Okay, hold on 1 second. It looks like we finally got word of what is going on. Okay. So Diddy is going for bail. Says Sean Combs has been brought in. He sits next to Terry Garagos reading. Agniflio walks over and back over to his seat. Prosecutors are in place in front of the table waiting on the judge. The judge says, I read the party submissions and others. The jury convicted the defendant of counts 3 and 5 for the following reasons. Bail is denied. So Diddy's not coming home today. Bail is denied. He is not coming home today. Bail is denied. Okay. I believe we had a letter from Cassie, actually. We had a letter that Cassie actually wrote, or her team wrote to the court, and it says, we write as counsel for Cassandra Ventura to respectfully request that the court deny Mr. Combs to be released pending his sentencing on his 2 convictions under 18 U.S.C. Pursuant to the Bail Reform Act. Detention is mandatory post-conviction on these charges. And Ms. Ventura believes that Mr. Combs is likely to pose a danger to the victims who testified in this case, including herself, as well as to the community. We think the court so they still trying to play. They're still trying to play up to this whole thing. That Diddy is a danger to society and that he may or may not get out and fuck that. That doesn't make any sense. I mean, I just personally feel like after 10 weeks of trial, um, you know, they tried to take him down, and just giving my personal opinions, because I haven't given too much of my personal opinions when it comes down to this case. We'll get into that. But they feel like regardless, and like I said, after 10 weeks of trial, shit like that, I would just personally like, nigga, the worst of this shit is done. Like, you a stupid motherfucker if you put yourself back into this courtroom again. So I think the last thing that Diddy would do is do anything that is going to jeopardize his freedom again. Okay? That's number one for me. Number two, I feel like Cassie and a lot of other victims, they gotta save face now. They gotta play both sides. If you're Cassie, you gotta play this game. You done told your husband you was raped. Your husband probably want to get at him. Your husband's probably fuming. Husband probably fuming. He probably pressing her like, nah, you gotta make sure, here, send a look. You gotta send this letter in. You gotta do this. You gotta do that. He probably asking her 3, 4, 5, 6 times. Do she still fuck with him? Do she still love him? So she gotta prove that she don't still fuck with a nigga like Diddy. And now she, on top of that, she's sick. She's sick. You did all of that, thought he was about to be in prison for the rest of his life. Only, and let's keep it a stack, he gonna get out, put Gina on his arm, might wife her up. Gina or Carisha, one of them. He gonna get out, put Carisha on his arm, put Gina on his arm, and give them the happily ever after that you, to this day, you can't convince me that Cassie don't wish that things would have worked out with Diddy. You're not going to convince me of that. You're not going to convince me of that. To this day, you're not going to convince me that Cassie would not rather be with Diddy right now, would not rather be with a man who's reformed, no longer beating her ass on a daily basis. Maybe they're still having a couple of freak offs here and there, but for the most part, they're having a regular relationship. And again, I'm not into the Cassie bashing over here too much. I do think she was complicit in a lot of things as far as the case is concerned. Okay, I do think she was complicit in hella shit. I haven't done a sound check. Let me make sure my sound, make sure y'all can hear me out there. Okay. Okay. But yeah, I don't think that she's as much of the victim that she claims to be. But we seen and heard all the shit that was being done. It's hard not to say she wasn't a victim. Okay? And even if she liked all the freak off shit, some things were just out of line. Some things were just too much. It was too much going on. So, in summary, it does not look like Diddy is going to be getting out today. Okay? It doesn't look like that's going to happen. Let's see here. Yeah. Oh, they're just reposting. But yeah, that's basically what Inner City Press had to say. There is no bail. So Diddy will go back to prison until he is sentenced. I guess until he's given how much time he has to be in prison. Okay, so that could be for any amount of time. But basically, I don't think he's a flight risk. I think that whole thing is crazy. I don't think Diddy's a flight risk. I don't think that he's a threat to these women. I think what he want to do right now is go home, pop some X, pop a fucking Quaalude or something. Diddy a type of nigga to still have Quaaludes. Pop some Xan, pop some X. Yeah. He thought he was about to have a freak off fourth. I guess the freak off fourth is not happening. Okay, guys, the freak off fourth is not happening. It is unfortunate. I was, like I said, I really think that at the end of the day, at this point, shit, let the nigga out. But I do understand through all the domestic violence, the beating, the hitting, the shit that we seen him do. I think throughout all of that, you know, this has to be his wake up call. If Diddy doesn't change his life at this point and stop doing certain things, cut down on certain things, well, cut down on a lot of things, starting with the baby oil. Starting with the baby oil. We got to cut down on a lot of shit. Starting with the baby oil. We got to cut down on a lot of shit, my brother. It's just not needed. It's not. Cut down on the baby oil. Number 2, cut down on the drugs. And number 3, cut down on the freak offs, nigga. Have regular sex. Have a threesome, but have a foursome even. But I just don't see where niggas enter the equation. That's wild. Now, going forward is going to be interesting because even while Diddy is free, I mean, just put yourself in his shoes for a second. Even if Diddy is free, he's out here, he's chilling, he's vibing, he going to the parties, he's popping out to the award shows, which I'm 1,000% sure he's not invited to any of this shit anymore. You know, let's be very clear. Liberal Twitter America is still going to, you know, indict this man. They're still going to, you know, act like people coming on stand, lying on stand, us not having a clear story and shit like that. This is how the Tory case should have went. This is what happens when you don't, I don't know, I guess you don't have $1 billion. A all-star lineup team and Brian fucking Steele on the team. But let's just put ourselves in his shoes for a second. And when you do that, you got to really think like, okay, I'm doing all of this shit. At some point, I got to change. I got to switch shit up. Like, you feel me? The last thing that you're thinking of is coming back out here, freaking off some more. You feel me? This has to be the point of time where you are like, all right, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it. Just foursomes, threesomes. Don't fly them out. You fly to them. Rappers are going to be the ones getting flown out from now on. It's going to be the rappers. It's going to be them niggas. Let me get into some of the bookmarks. You really got to put yourself in his shoes, though. Because, like I said, liberal America, liberal Twitter, they're going to condemn him. He's out of here. You feel me? There is nothing that he can do in their eyes ever again that will ever be redeemable. You feel me? And I don't think that you are here for that. If you're in his shoes, you're just trying to see the light of day. You're just trying to see the light of day. And there's a lot of people upset. I'm not going. There's a lot. Let's get into some of them. We got one right here.
The jury did
not guilty on Cassie, not guilty on Rico. No way that Jane is going to be guilty. Oh, this makes me physically ill.
Sure. And, you know, the prosecution strategy with showing that video, or with knowing that video was going to be shown to the jury, was, well, domestic abuse.
Wolf is silent.
Said, look, domestic abuse happened. But
Wolf is silent.
Right. There was no racketeering. And it seems like the jury...
If we're talking about count 2 here, the forcible sex trafficking of Cassie Ventura, that means the jury has concluded there was
Cassie probably feels so horrible.
Coercion involved in that. It could still be that the jury finds.
Ronnie.
Cassie is up 30 mil with a kid or kids. Just had a kid, another one, a husband. A lot went on. I can't speak on it. A lot went on in that. A lot went on in that case to the point where I'm just like, yeah, this shit was hard to read half the time. And we covered the majority of the case, or well, just about all of the case, besides the legal jargon at the end and them going through a whole bunch of messages that we already, you know what I'm saying, talked about. But yeah. Liberal Twitter is going to be in an uproar. Liberal America, liberal Twitter, they're not going for this.
I'm going to
Was moved
vomit.
across state lines for the purpose of prostitution. Yes. That's count 3.
Okay, I'm
which
getting
maybe
some other news.
Oh, please.
Sex trafficking.
Yeah, they're not trying to hear that. They're not trying to hear that. Let's get into more of the Diddy reactions. Let's just see what the people are saying. You know I love to do this every now and then. Said this Diddy verdict. 50 Cent every time one of Diddy's verdicts come back not guilty. Yeah, 50 was popping shit. 50 was popping big shit. Talking he was going to get 20 years. 50 thought he was done. I ain't going to hold you. You're going to have to, you feel me? I ain't going to hold you. You made an enemy. You already had an enemy, but shit. It might be going it might really go up after this. Said black people thinking this Diddy situation is a black win annoys me so bad. No, I don't always support my own. And you shouldn't either. What the fuck are y'all sick? See, takes like this you got to be careful with because, I mean, this is where it's just, this is a really black and white statement that a lot of people have, and I see that they have. You know what I'm saying? This is just the other side of the spectrum where if you're over here touting that this is a black win, like if you're on the Boosie side of things and you're just touting that this is a black win, I think both people have this shit misconstrued because it's not as black and white as you just being like, oh, I don't give a fuck about you supporting him and you thinking. See, this is one of the things about liberal Twitter and liberal America that I can't stand. There's no integrity. There's no morals for real. Because when you get them upset, when they're upset, when you're on their bad side, when they hate you, when these niggas want to see you dead, there is no wrong way to handle you. There is no wrong way to handle this case in your eyes. You feel me? There is no wrong way to go about doing things when this group of people hate you. Because these people don't care if you're being charged with things that are really just drummed up charges. They're dramatized. They don't care about shit like that. They don't care about you getting the facts straight. They don't care about the methods. They just care about the result. Let me say that again. liberal Twitter, liberal America, when you're on their bad side, they don't care about the methods of how said person is handled. They only care about the result. So this is why so many of you niggas are gonna be upset and so many of you niggas are gonna be mad. Because if you're a person like myself who can just sit here and sit back, not have any emotions in the shit and be like, well, this is definitely not a RICO. This is definitely not sex trafficking. But he was beating the shit out of her. He was doing all of these crazy things. So at the end of the day, and this is why so many people get upset about the Tory Lanez case, because I gotta put this in this case and the Tory Lanez case side by side, because so many people just ignore the discrepancies, the lies, the drummed up charges. Just because they hate you, they don't care what method you are put under the jail or put in the grave. In their eyes, you're the devil. So what grace are you deserved? And what I have to say to those people are, and especially to black people, in somebody's eyes, you're the devil too. In somebody else's eyes, you're the fucking devil too, my nigga. So when your time comes, God forbid, knock on wood, but if your time comes and these people feel like they want to condemn you, they want to put you under the jail, they want to put you in a grave, if you are the type of person who doesn't care about the methods of things being, this is why I say y'all can't be black people and be doing all of this blackity black, or just be over here like this person, like, oh, black people thinking this Diddy situation is a black win. No, I don't always support your I don't always support my own, and you shouldn't either. What the fuck, are y'all sick? No, it shouldn't be. We shouldn't be throwing. Maybe he should have elaborated on this a little bit more. But no, we shouldn't be throwing a party. I might joke about the shit, whatever, throw a Diddy party or this and that. Freak off forth. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, the situation is a serious situation, and it's not one to get behind this man and make him become some type of martyr or champion him as if he was done wrong. But at the same, well, he was done wrong, but at the same time, he was doing some crazy shit. He was doing some crazy shit to these women. Okay? Degrading and I feel like a lot of sense, you should have more self-worth than to be subjected to that. And again, I'm not blaming anybody, but you should just have more self-worth than to be subjected to the things that I was reading. Okay? Now, what they should have did, what the prosecution should have did, is charge him with assault with a deadly weapon, domestic violence. I mean, what are we doing? What are we doing? Let's get into some more of these reactions. It says the verdict for Diddy is a message to all women that they are not believed. Sorry to the women out there, the victims especially. They deserve better. This is a disingenuous statement. Again, this isn't a statement to all women saying that you're not believed. This is a statement to people saying that you need to come correct with your charges and what you're going to attack a person for, because y'all are not just going to say, I'm going to drum up charges because I want to achieve a certain result, because I believe this person should be here, when the things that he's done don't amount to what y'all are trying to punish him for. It just doesn't. So I don't believe it's a message to women saying that you're not believed. Y'all just have to come correct. You have to come correct. Y'all can't be sitting here playing around with these cases if you really trying to get a man for the things that he's done and hold him accountable. Hold him accountable for what he's done. You can't hold him accountable for shit that he hasn't done. Sex trafficking, a RICO, come on. We got to stop it. It said, I'm sorry to all the victims of Diddy. You deserve justice. This is so horrible. You can feel that way. There's nothing wrong with that. That Diddy verdict don't even make sense. LOL. How you not guilty of sex trafficking but guilty of prostitution transportation? I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's in the name. That comment got 1.7k comment. I mean that post got 1.7k comments. So you already know niggas is getting on his ass. Okay? It says blocking and muting anybody who's celebrating this Diddy verdict and making jokes. I'm making jokes, nigga. I don't give a fuck. Diddy walking basically tells you that none of these high-profile pedophiles will ever face any justice. What a surprise. There was nothing in this case that said he was fucking with underage girls or boys. Any children. No children were mentioned in this case. Again, I don't know what you got. You feel me? Y'all got to stop falling into your emotions. These niggas and bitches on the left, y'all are mad emotional. Y'all are mad emotional, my nigga. And you make decisions and you feel like people should be punished according to how you feel. The world doesn't work like that. It just doesn't. It says this Diddy trial is proof that you can do anything if you got money. The worst people you know gonna celebrate the Diddy verdict like it's some kind of win. It's not a win. It's not a win for black people, unless you look at it in a sense of that I truly believe that Diddy truly put in work for black people. He truly did put in work for black people. He truly did love the people that he did love. I don't think that he's, I ain't gonna hold you. He was doing some crazy shit, so I can't even speak to him not being a monster because in a lot of people's eyes, they're perfectly valid for calling him a monster. I can't even fight with you on that. Prosecution painted Diddy as some freak monster when they should have been more focused on proving how he's a criminal. This trial was a waste of time, and it seems like they tried him just to embarrass him. That might be the case. That might be the case. We're going to get into a video because at the end of the day, I feel like some people called it. And, some people just called it. And, we're going to get into that. We're going to get into that, okay? So it said, Diddy just proved once again that anyone with money can get away with crimes. Fifth Avenue all over again. Diddy, a monster in my eyes, no matter what the outcome of the trial is. We can't argue with you on that again. It says, Kesha showed support for Cassie after Diddy was found not guilty of sex trafficking. Cassie, I believe you. I love you. Your strength is a beacon for every survivor. Yeah, you did survive. You did survive because this bitch could have died she could have died so many times. She could have lost her life so many times. This is why, like I said, I can't argue with niggas who read this case, look at the things coming out of this case and be like, this nigga's a monster. He is fucking lunatics, Looney Tunes. Okay, I can't argue with you. You feel me? It is what it is. It says, anybody who saw Diddy beat the fuck out of Cassie and still celebrated his win most definitely beats or, well, I don't get people who have takes like this. It's weird. What's going to piss me off the most is Diddy releasing a statement acting like he's a good man and that God favors him. I mean, shit. God, ain't nobody but God helped him with this one, because I'm not going to hold you. A lot of people, especially especially when they heard of how fast the jury came to a decision. They didn't think it looked good. I seen countless videos saying, "Oh, Diddy is cooked. It's over for him." I seen, people saying, "Hey, I spoke to every lawyer in my contact list. I done spoke to over 10 lawyers. All of them are saying this shit don't look good for them to come back this quick." And it's not the best outcome, but it damn sure ain't the worst. It damn sure ain't the worst. It's not. So yeah, Diddy is not coming home. It is what it is. Let's see. Let's get into the update as far as the sentencing goes. Says the judge says, I set sentencing for Friday, October 3rd at 10 a.m. I'm willing to expedite it. They said we would like it expedited. He says we will need an expedited pre-sentencing report from probation, but I will be available anytime, he says. Okay, so October 3rd. Jesus Christ. The judge says there is a great divide on the sentencing guideline. I see that Miss Comey has her statute book open. Ms. Comey says the rule required the preparation of a report absent a reasoned waiver. Probation may be able to expedite. He said, update me by July 8th at noon. And then the judge says, and we'll hold a hearing on the afternoon of July 8th. They says Agnifilo says, Your Honor has a lot of information from proceeding over the trial. We want the sentencing as soon as possible. Other Mann Act cases, there's nothing remotely similar to this. He says the cases were reviewed involving defendants making money, millions, and involve minors. That's different here. Here are the facts. From our letter, see the United States, yada, 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 and they have the letter. Then there was a Emperor's Club case in the former governor of New York. We understand. He said the Emperor's Club case of the former governor of New York. I think he's talking about Cuomo. We understand that this is moving quickly. The issue for us is if we had more time, we could have shown extraordinary circumstances. It just says you concede violence in your closing. Whether that's relevant to the sentencing is not for today, but it can be considered on a bail application. In 2024, there's an argument that Mr. Combs was defending himself. And this is what Agnifilo says. The judge says Mr. Combs tried to get into a batterers program in New York. The jury never heard that. Then he got arrested. All these months later, here we are. The same drive to meet the head on, like the self-respecting businessman he is. Agnifilo says he's been a model prisoner. There has been no issues. He's going to have next chapters of his life. When you're charged with the racketeering, you have dark talks. Excuse. When I was reading the Mia message for his birthday, I had a hard time doing it. It says, do we got more? He says, his children are here, his two daughters. They're in the middle of the second row. They no longer have a living mother. Here, the user of prostitution services has been convicted under the Mann Act. He was acquitted of violence for sex trafficking. He wants to talk to you. Let me check. And then judge says, okay. Ms. Comey says his brazenness is almost unmatched. The the sug- the suggestion, I guess, it was self-defense is insulting. He slapped her in the shoulder. He had drugs in his NYC hotel room. He invited Jane. Okay, so they're still going in court right now. They're still going in court right now. So basically, they're trying to get, because October 3rd is crazy. It's not that far, but yeah, it's crazy. I'd be like, yo, bro, you know what I'm saying? What do we got to do to get me out of here? Okay, what do we got to do to get me out of here? Let me be home until sentencing, whatever. Um, I don't know if Diddy will be a danger to the women in the case, but I guess it's only right you give them niggas some type of win. I guess they need some type of win today. And I can't argue with it too much because, like I said, the things that were done in the case, the things that we read and we went over week after week, it was crazy. We all know it was crazy. And for my people who join me every single day and hopped in here and sat with me as we broke down this case, y'all are some real ones. Because we was in here day in, day out. We wasn't missing a day until the last week after the last witness, the last, real witness. But I don't think this is, like I said, I don't think this is a time to be like, oh my God, woe is me. Women are never going to be heard. This only proves it. Like, no, this doesn't prove that. That's not what the shit proves. I don't think it's exactly that. But at the same time, I don't think that we should just be like, hell yeah, this nigga Diddy is, you know what I'm saying? Real quick, let's get back into my video from earlier today. Again, if you're just joining in, I was talking to my source, called him in mid-show. He called me back and basically gave me his opinion on shit. Basically broke down how he was feeling about everything. Hey, you gotta stay low. I already know. You gotta stay low, but you the one niggas come to, nigga, when it come down to, you feel me? Like, a lot of us was introduced to this shit, this whole, you know what I'm saying, through you. So, you feel me? Like, that's why I got. And what I'm just saying there is basically anybody in the Combs family that I've met has been through him. Anybody, in that camp, in that circle that I've met, hung around, you know what I'm saying, worked for, it's been through him. I gotta let niggas know, like, nah, niggas ain't really getting down. Like, y'all trying to, and we can see the whole case. It's like y'all trying to drum this shit up. Like, yo, bro, niggas is living. Like, why y'all trying to make it seem like it's a whole thing that it's not? So a lot of people started seeing that. I'm glad, you feel me? Because at the end of the day, we talking about some people that me, you done been around, and we ain't never, ever had to, like, you feel me, witness, experience, no shit like that. You feel me? So.
Then not only that, nigga, what? We about to take over. Wait till, I'm just waiting today. Wait till I post some pics. I got some fire pics.
You got some fire pics?
We gonna go global. I'm just waiting for everything to be over. That's what I want.
Oh, it's. Oh, I mean, look, the only thing they getting him on is the prostitution, whatever. But at the end of the day, that's light. You feel me? All that RICO and extra.
That's not even, you know what they're trying to say? Even that is wrong. Nigga, they're trying to.
Hold on, Let me log into this shit. I forgot. Bro,
I do that on a regular. I always
fly her out.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, we all, Nick, I done flew bitches out. Nick, we all done flew bitches out. Like, what you talking about?
I do that on a regular. I always fly bitches out.
Yeah, they trying to, that's what I said. I was just saying, like, we going to have to chill out on the fly. It's no fly zone. It's no fly zone.
I'm gonna fly to you. That's all. I'm gonna fly to you.
You feel me? That's how he going to have to pivot. Yeah, I'm glad that, you know what I'm saying, because a lot of black moguls, like niggas who, and you know what I had to realize studying this case, yo, Diddy is one of the #1 people who advocate for black people, actually put in work for black people, don't just talk about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I say, yo, bro, I said, bro, guilty or not, yo, this nigga has put in work. He's put in work for black people. Like, you feel me? That we talking about, nigga, Obama got to thank him for being elected, for being the president.
I can't make this up, yo. Look at this. Look. I can't even look while I'm talking to you.
I can't even see him. Turn your camera on.
No, I just texted it to you. Everybody, I can't even walk the streets, nigga.
Yeah,
I can't even, nigga. I be having my phone on silent.
We know you that guy, bro. We know you the guy to get. You know what I mean?
Funny it's been like niggas was. Oh, I know Diddy now.
Yeah, now niggas trying to call. I feel that. Yeah, niggas is trying to even come at you. I already knew that. You know what I'm saying? But I said, yo, bro, homie standing 10 toes. And I said, yo, bro, I done been around niggas. You done been around niggas. We ain't never seen no type of, you feel me? Like, so for you to be standing 10 toes, I'm like, all right, like, you feel me? I already know. That's why I was like, this nigga is standing 10 toes down. Hey, he gotta be, I'm saying, he gotta be on to something. Like, you feel me? Like, he's like, nah, fuck that. I like I was telling y'all the whole entire time. I had one person telling me, like, yeah, look, this is some bullshit. He was my source that was standing 10 toes the entire time. Like, nah, look, it ain't that. You feel me? It is not that. It ain't all of this shit that this bitch is saying. I didn't want to give too much opinionated shit when it came down to it, but he was breaking this shit down. Like, nah, this bitch wasn't around like that, or around, he wasn't over here. Diddy don't be on no drugged up crazy shit when he be around us, around the kids, around the fam, whatever. You feel me? Like, it just wasn't that. So this is why it took me by surprise. But again, like I said, I got a job to do. So when it comes down to reporting on the day to day, I didn't want to put too much opinionated shit in the midst of what I was reporting. You feel me? No, like, I already know what's up. So, you know what I mean? Like, that's what happens when unity, you feel me, real truth over all of this extra shit prevails, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? And first of all, I hope, man, shout out to you, because you kept it 100 through this whole trial, my nigga. You kept it 100, didn't switch.
And that's even worse for me, because I'm actually in the streets. Them niggas can fly to LA, and that's what they was doing, going to Grand Canyon and to where you could separate yourself from, nigga.
And that's just basically, like, for real, like what he was saying. Like, these niggas could leave. I'm the nigga, like, everybody know. I'm the guy that be, and this is niggas right here. Like, you feel me? Like, I don't got a lot of you niggas. Like, when I say we got the source, nah, we got the source, bro. You feel me? When I say we got the source, we got the source. Nigga be out here. Dougie Fresh. A Boogie. You feel me? Yo Gotti. Come on, like, Jadakiss. We tapped all the way in. So when I say I got a source, bro, don't play with me. Like, you feel me? But he's sitting here looking at it like, yeah, everybody know, everybody knows I'm the nigga who be with bro. My boy played basketball with these niggas, Justin and Christian. You know what I'm saying? In Mount Vernon. You feel me? So when it comes down to like everybody know those is his guys. You feel me? Everybody know that. I grew up before FaceTime, all of this. You know what I'm saying? Riverside and all of that shit was a thing. Niggas used to be on video call. I'm just walking into my aunt's house. These niggas on video call, chilling, just talking casual shit. Diddy in the background, all that shit. Nigga, we just talking to Diddy and seeing this nigga. So you feel me? Like niggas never seen this shit. So you gotta imagine, niggas is starting to look at him funny. This is what he's talking about when I'm calling him up. So this is what he's talking about right here. Niggas is looking at him funny because we know you the nigga who with Diddy son. And like I told him, this is why I had to give him his props. I say, oh bro, you stayed 100 the whole time. He kept all the pictures up. He kept all the pictures up. Look, nigga, bro, stay with Christian. He stayed with these niggas, bro. Nigga kept all the pictures up. This is why I was telling, I'm like, yo, bro, nah, you a real one. You didn't give a fuck. He was like, yo, nigga, I had to give him his props because he was like, yo, nigga, if the ship is gonna sink, we all gonna sink together. But this is why, again, when I say I got a source, come on, man. I really be in this. I really live this. You feel me? Niggas really done made music, worked for niggas, shot videos, all type of shit, directed, all type of shit. So this is what I'm trying to tell you. Like, you feel me? When it comes down to it, he was even getting the backlash. Cause like I said, this nigga stood 10 toes down. We talking about niggas he grew up with. You feel me? So at the end of the day, that's why I was like, yo, bro, you did your thing. Like, not gonna hold you. Niggas saw the shit through to the end. Niggas stayed and saw the shit all the way through to the end. And held it down. It take a real one to do that. A lot of you niggas can't even point to one nigga who will stand next to you on some shit like that. Y'all can't point to one nigga. Real shit, come on. It's 2025. None of these niggas will stand next to you in any of this shit going down.
You gotta wake up, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, you wake up in this shit, surrounded by this nigga.
And like he was saying, like, on top of that, these niggas can wake up, fly to LA, hop on the PJ. They staying at the Grand Canyon, probably in the lodge somewhere, ducked off. He giving y'all exclusives, by the way. Y'all ain't even know where the family is staying at. He dropping, you know what I mean? This is why you listen to the Doja Room, you might hear some shit. But you feel me? This is what he was basically saying. Like, nigga, I'm in the streets. I'm here in New York City every single day. I don't get to, oh yeah, let me just get up and I don't want to hear all of this shit. I don't want to walk through the streets, niggas looking at me funny, treating me funny, looking at you like, oh yeah, you one of them niggas who's probably at the, yeah, you know they telling him all of that shit. Even I was joking on this nigga like that, nigga. Even I was cracking at this nigga like, yeah, nigga, I know you was at the freak off, nigga. Even I got on this nigga like that. Like, yeah, nigga, I know you was on a couple of freak offs, nigga. Fuck all that, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Even I had to. But you gotta imagine you walking through the streets, it's more real. Like, niggas is treating you different. Bitches is treating you different. You feel me? A lot of people treating you different. But you standing 10 toes down, even still. And this is, again, Diddy is, it's a win for his family and friends. But like I was saying a little bit earlier, bro, people are still about to condemn you for the rest of their life. They still gonna hate you for the rest of their. If not, those same people are even more mad. If not, they're looking for that moment that you slip up again even more. Niggas are starting to look at you funny and you standing 10 toes down the entire time. Ain't switch, ain't fold, you know what I'm saying? Still posted niggas up, still got niggas on your IG. You feel me? Everybody else fell for the okey doke. You know what I'm saying? Was on they weird shit, but now niggas is about you about to start seeing all day, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. That's why I had to get my call in before niggas start blowing your phone up. But bro, look, I just want to say, yo, look, you definitely held it down. You were a real one.
Niggas already started outside in the streets.
Yeah. They spinning the block right now, but at the end of the day, this is what real ones, real loyalty about. Yeah, what real loyalty is about.
It shows you all.
Exactly.
You'll sell your soul, nigga.
Exactly. I know niggas is gonna look at you.
Bitches and all of that,
exactly. Bro. Niggas switching up, girlfriends switching up, testifying, all type of shit. I'm sitting here like, God damn, this shit. Look what money do to niggas. Look what money do to y'all on the stand. Niggas was just chilling with him, benefiting off of all the shit. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm like, yeah. And there, I'm just talking about the bitches who are clearly like, come on, Jane Doe, 50 Cent baby mama, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Like, get out of here. We don't want to hear none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all bitches knew what y'all was doing. You know what I mean? But when it come down to Cassie, when it come down to, you know, the other women that he was fucking with, beating on, shit like that, you feel me? Shit for them, you can't really say too much. You can't really get on them or be mad at them. I don't understand anybody if you mad at Cassie for, I don't know, going the route that she took. Y'all can't be mad at her. You can't. Any of y'all niggas would have did the same shit, boy or girl. Yeah, bro. But yeah, I'm gonna let you go. But I just had to give you your big ones, like, you know what I'm saying. Had to shout you out, and I'm definitely be shouting you out all day today because you did your thing. It take real ones like you to hold niggas like that down. You feel me? So.
Nah, that's a fact. I appreciate it, but shit, man. You know we going up. Trust me. You know I got. Watch, you gonna see.
Hey man, just let me know when the after party is, like the coming home party. I know niggas already. I heard niggas already got that set up.
That's a fact.
Facts. Yeah, nah, they dead ass did have it set up. I'm not gonna hold you, like, yo, my boy. My boy Ray J was going crazy.
I'm about to self-soaring, straight soaring. Simply a lot of men be wanting to hand me, can't bet me.
Alright, we can't play too much of that. You know what I'm saying? You can't get the, but he's going crazy. He's going crazy. You feel me? Like, I ain't gonna hold you. The nigga is just, he throwing a whole Diddy party type shit. Like, this is a celebration in him. It's a celebration to this nigga. He don't give a fuck. He don't give a fuck. This nigga done called the DJ. He done started throwing a party. This nigga put on a Diddy playlist. Oh my God. Yeah, y'all can't be going this crazy. Y'all cannot be going this crazy. Let's see what Judge Mathis says about Diddy being denied bail.
By now, you know that Sean Diddy Combs has been convicted of interstate transportation of prostitutes, two counts, and has been denied bail. Although I really am concerned about the assaults against the women, particularly disrespecting black women as such, we must go with what he has been convicted of and respect the jury. And as I had predicted, he should be convicted after hearing and closing arguments of only the 2 counts of interstate transportation of prostitutes. We'll see in the future. Listen to us this next week on the Mathis verdict, as we'll talk about the entire case and the sentencing. The sentencing guideline for a first-time offender is 21 months to 27 months for each count. We'll see whether they're consecutive, whether they're concurrent, or if he deviates from that first-time offender assessment or sentence, if you will.
Shout out my boy Judge Mathis. I ain't gonna hold you. I'll be watching the fuck out his show. Yeah, y'all can watch this nigga show on YouTube for free. Just all I just be sitting here watching Judge Matt. The nigga is always thinking somebody on crack, bro. I ain't even gonna hold you. Motherfucker always accusing a motherfucker of being a crackhead, bro. Like, nigga is funny as fuck. But yeah, I didn't hear where he said that Diddy being denied bail is unfair.
Stay tuned.
I didn't hear where he said that. Did y'all hear it? Maybe y'all heard something that I didn't hear. But it was very interesting. It was very interesting. Because what the fuck? Hold on. It was very interesting because as I said, this is why I listen to you gotta be tapped into politics. Okay? You gotta be tapped into politics because my boy Jimmy Dore rarely ever misses. Okay? My boy Jimmy Dore rarely ever misses. This is the OG. Okay? I'm not gonna hold you. I aspire to be like this nigga when I hop on this mic. You feel me? Pause. I aspire to be like this nigga. I aspire to give it up like, hold up. Oh shit. Wait, we gonna get, damn. We gonna get to this. We gonna get to this, okay? We gonna finish this up and then let me break down what everything else was going on. Lakers Twitter, we back.
I predict that
Lakers Nation, we back.
Diddy will not go to prison. I hate to break it to you.
He called it.
We've teased this before when we covered the Diddy trial. I'm now going to make a prediction. Again, I'm not the best at predictions.
I'm making one too, Jimmy.
Nah,
but
my boy be on point. My nigga Jimmy Dore be on point. This is why I try to keep y'all updated with politics, because sometimes you can see the signs in certain industries or certain happenings in the world. You can look and see certain patterns, and it all goes up to the top of where power is centralized. It all comes down to what these niggas do and how they move. And you look at where the money flows from them, the people who are making the decisions, then you really understand and can predict certain things. But you heard him right. This was a month ago.
But I was right when I predicted what the Comey report would say. So there's certain things I'm right about. I predicted Russiagate would fizzle out into nothing. It did. I predicted that.
Wait, Mueller report you meant?
The Mueller report. I predicted the Mueller report would say there's no evidence of Trump's conspiracy with Russia, which is what it is. It's a conspiracy charge, not a collusion charge. They just said that so all the people pushing Russiagate wouldn't be called conspiracy theorists. They're collusion theorists. Okay. So here's another one of those. I predict that Diddy will not go to prison. This is my prediction. I could be wrong. Again, this is just... But why do I say it? Mike Benz, you know the guy? He says, falling asleep thinking about how James Comey's daughter, you know, the most corrupt FBI chief we've had since J. Edgar Hoover, how James Comey's daughter is still at the Department of Justice.
Thanks, Pam Bondi.
Yeah. Thanks,
Great work, Pam Bondi.
So this, at the most corrupt section of the Department of Justice, which section is that? The one where Epstein hung himself, that department? The Southern District of New York. And
like Kash Patel's theory that he hung himself.
And so they have all the secrets. Yeah, that's right. And now Kash Patel is going along with that theory that Epstein hung himself. They just
paid him cash to say that.
Yeah, wouldn't it? Isn't it just weird they don't have videotape of it in the most high profile prisoner in that whole place? in probably
somebody has it.
In I don't know, ever. Their most high profile prisoner ever. They don't have a camera on them. They have a camera on everybody else. And Kash Patel is here to tell you that the establishment theory that he hung himself is correct. I can't believe I still don't have that video to show you.
In the only not spied on place on the face of the earth.
The only not spied on
Epstein's
place.
cell.
That's where they put
the
Epstein.
Only privacy in all the land. It should be a skiff where they could be debriefed on top secret things. You go to Epstein's cell.
Yes.
And they can tell you about our spaceships we got.
That's right. So here it is. Ghislaine Maxwell, lead prosecutor, joins the Diddy trial. That was
Ghislaine.
from December 3rd. So nobody talked about it then. Mike Benz tweeted it out today.
Yeah.
And here's even Kyle Becker says, reminder, Maureen Comey, the daughter of former FBI Director James Comey. By the way, the most corrupt FBI director since J.
Mueller?
Edgar Hoover.
Mueller was corrupt.
Mueller was up. They're all corrupt. I'm just saying the most. They're all corrupt. You don't get to the top of the slimiest poll in Washington, D.C. without being corrupt. So she was a prosecutor on the Epstein case and is now a prosecutor in the Diddy case. There has been no justice for the victims in the Epstein case, and almost no arrests made in either of these high-profile cases.
Yeah.
So the only arrest made with Epstein was Epstein and Ghislaine, and we're supposed to. And Steph has very big suspicions of whether Ghislaine's even in prison. Is she? Why aren't people interview? They used to interview Manson in prison all the time, but they're not interviewing Ghislaine every 5 seconds.
They did interview her since then, didn't they? I thought I saw it where she's behind the thing.
Is there one? Well,
yeah.
Okay,
or
so
is she just in front of a green screen?
So they did do one.
I don't know.
They did one. I'm just saying it's. I would not be surprised to find out Ghislaine. Would you be surprised to find out she's not in prison, Kurt?
And I'm not gonna lie, it's crazy that, and basically what they're just breaking down, it's crazy that throughout this whole entire international operation or global operation that Epstein had set up, there was only 2 people to be arrested. There was only 2 people to be arrested. Even when it comes down to Diddy's case, y'all only going after Diddy? I mean, we clearly see and hear in the case where we're reading KK has a hand in some things. The bodyguards have a hand in some things. People are going and cleaning up rooms and wiping evidence. I mean, but only 1 person gets arrested in a RICO trial? Okay.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised to find out we had a breakaway society with space travel and Nazis with lizards and stuff. So no, but her being alive is like, keep your trap shut and your time's going to be real easy.
Yeah.
And if you do a lot of interviews, it's not going to be good for you. It could be that.
It could be that.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's Kyle Becker reminding us there's no justice for the victims, almost no arrests made in either of these high-profile cases. So none of right. So let's remember they're prosecuting Russell Brand, but not Prince Andrew. Think about that.
Yeah.
And nobody involved in the Epstein case. Ghislaine's the only one prosecuted. That's it. And I think that was a show trial. So because you got to get somebody.
The other guy died. The other guy committed suicide as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Does Kash Patel know that? I don't know. Maybe they were bullied to death, I guess.
So just keep that in mind. There's no bigger criminal in the United States than James Comey. None. And there's his daughter, also a very suspicious deep state actor. Isn't that funny? And so
you got a great picture of her too, by the way. Yeah, really.
That's it. That captures her. I predict. So based on this, there's going to be something. Diddy might have to do some kind of time.
Yo, look, nigga is about to predict it word for word, bro. Watch this shit.
He might have to do some, but it's not going to be what you think, because we were already suspect of this case, and I already saw other people, lawyers with YouTube shows, saying that it looks like they're prosecuting this in a way to make sure he gets off.
Of course they are. I said yesterday, I'm going, well, okay, here are all his gross sex life details, none of which is illegal, by the way. If you're into weird shit like that, where's all the network of people that he was working with? Where's the stuff Jonathan Oddie talked about? The drug smuggling, the baby oil.
Who cares?
I was waiting to hear about what drugs were in the bottles of baby oil.
Yeah.
Besides just baby oil, that went away. There's nothing about.
Yeah. So they're
A
rubbing
lot of
baby.
strange things.
You're saying there weren't drugs in that baby oil they were putting out each.
They're not talking about it now. Suddenly,
Yeah.
I'm just. Oh, he liked everybody to have a lot of baby oil on them all the time. And if people look dry, he go freshen up their baby oil.
So is she the cooler installed to legitimize a phony investigation and prosecution? Is that what that is?
Of course, she's overseeing to make sure they don't get it done. Just like James Comey's job was to run interference for the Clintons. Remember Hillary's email thing that I think is a limited hangout?
Of course.
After you taught me that. Yeah, was to like make it look like he's kind of fair, so
Yeah.
he went after Trump.
That's right. James Comey was the guy who's.
That's crazy that the nigga just predicted the whole shit word for word. Like, yeah, he's not about to really get. They're gonna make sure he kind of gets a little bit of time, but it's not gonna be anything significant, bro. He said I was sitting here watching him say this shit a month ago, and I'm like, look, Jimmy calling it. If Jimmy calling it, hey, I ain't gonna hold you.
Said we found 100.
And then it just started to make sense. It started to make sense because it's like, this is what these people do. Y'all sit here and take the okie doke and take the, oh my God, she prosecuted Ghislaine Maxwell. Oh, she's so good. She's this, she's that. Y'all don't even know that the bitch ran a whole play on y'all. The bitch ran a whole play on you niggas. How you did what? Yo, y'all don't understand that every day the people at the top finesse you niggas so well that y'all love them for it. Bitches like this is finessing y'all niggas so good that y'all love her after the shit. This is the type of shit that we like that's going on in America on a daily basis, bro. This is why shit is so hot right now. Like, this is why shit is like at a boiling point. We really are at a boiling point, and we getting ready for some real shit to happen. The world is getting ready for some real shit to happen. There's a lot of shit already happening, but the world is getting ready for some real shit to happen. I'm just keeping it a buck. I'm just keeping it all the way a stack. The world has been preparing for some fuck shit to happen, whether it's World War III, whether it's a goddamn revolution. There's some shit going down. But this is why I say y'all can't really just always fall for the okie doke. And y'all gotta tune into the episodes where we are over here talking. We're over here talking politics too. And this is why I try to mix it in a little bit, because these niggas pour, but these same people pour millions and billions of dollars into the hip hop industry. These people right here that you're looking at, yes. And then you got to start to ask yourself, why are they doing certain things? You got to ask, why are they doing certain things? Because so many people are mixed up in their own lives and their own realities that they don't see certain things going down. They don't see motherfuckers playing in their face.
Instances of Hillary Clinton having classified information on her private server, but we're not going to, he goes, this might sound going to be funny. This might sound funny. Not going to prosecute her.
Oh, yeah. That's limited hangout. That's what
And
it means.
and then he goes on to be the central figure in framing the president of the United States as a traitor to our country working with Russia.
And then he wrote 8647 on his Facebook, and now he's under investigation.
We're gonna cover that. But here is Suge Knight from prison, by the way.
Is this recent?
No, this is from, I think, last December.
Oh, okay.
So here's Suge Knight. Let's listen. He's talking to Cuomo.
Okay, but you had a guy named Tubby used to work for Interscope.
Guy named Tubby used to work for Interscope.
Not Cuddy, it's Tubby.
Oh, it sounded like Tubby to me.
Sounded
Let's
like
listen.
Tubby to me. Okay, but you had a guy named Tubby.
Yeah,
used to
Tubby.
work for Interscope. This guy's job was to bring underage girls and girls that have sex with employees and other artists.
So this guy, who Tubby, who worked for Interscope, his job was to get underage girls, not girls, underage girls, to have sex with other artists and employees. Okay.
To the point where his friend got caught up with the same thing. How they raided Puppy House for sex trafficking, they raided his friend house for sex trafficking.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
He never went.
Boy, the prison phones are like a tight casino comedy set. Keep it to a minute.
Lord.
Sure, can you say something? Can you say
when
something
you really
positive?
look at the whole situation,
because you only got 60
everything I'm saying is positive. Man, I got to have a call right back.
All right, Suge, you call back. Do
That's
you
not
think?
happen like that.
Do you think that Diddy?
He can do so.
Do you think Diddy knows enough that it's a very delicate balance that maybe investigators will want to know these other names and greatly reduce his exposure to criminality, to time, versus what people would do to keep him quiet?
Number one, I've been knowing him a long time, and we was friends. We're not enemies, but we were friends. He's not a dummy, so he's smart enough to work his magic. On top of that, this man right here, he been involved with the FBI for most of his career. He got powerful people. One of his partners who started his company with drug money, President Obama, got him out of prison. So it's not like he don't have no moves. So I don't think nobody's just counting him out. I don't think he gonna lay down and just crawl in the corner and die. He probably going through a lot of shit right now because he probably going through a lot of withdrawals for the drugs. But the industry got him on drugs. My artist, one of the worst mistakes I could have made was protecting my artist is doing a deal at Interscope. When my artist used to pull up in valet, the Murdoch building, they'd get out, they'd smell like weed. When they clothes would smell like weed. When they made it to any office, it would smell like weed. Those guys, for my artists, they'd introduce cocaine to my artists. So once they got on cocaine, once they got on drugs, once they got on alcohol, and that's when the weird stuff happened. And I think that's what took Puffy down that lane. Then you got to remember, Clyde Davis, Russell Simmons, Andre Harrell.
Simon, come on.
Better believe it. Alcohol, drugs. He compromised his manhood. Because he was taught that. He got Usher as a kid. They never recorded no songs, but alcohol, drugs, sex. Justin Bieber.
Now, that's the only thing. We didn't hear anything really. And that's what kind of makes it weird too, right? We didn't hear half of what we thought we were going to hear in this case. We didn't hear about the Justin Biebers. We didn't hear about the Ushers or the Meek Mills. And I think a lot of people were kind of let down in that aspect, but it makes you ask or say one or two things. It's you either question, okay, are these facts and things purposely being left out? Purposely, you know what I'm saying? Being pushed aside so that he can be able to, you know, get a slap on the wrist, but not really what was expected. Or he really just wasn't doing those things. It's one out of the two.
And see, they do these things to take control. They're not doing, there's nothing wrong with being gay. If you choose to be gay, that's your preference. But they doing this to people for control. It's a power situation.
He's naming a lot of names. Nobody else arrested in this case.
Yep.
So just like the Maxwell case, they got the fixer, the cooler in there, Comey's daughter. No, so maybe Diddy will go to prison. Maybe.
I don't think he's going to.
I say the money is
to get the network.
Just like
and we're not gonna.
What's that?
The main thing was to get the network, and we're not going to get them.
Right.
That's there to be protected. And He brought up a good point. You gotta think of it like a mafia operation. So how's the mafia run whores? They get girls addicted to narcotics.
Yes.
That's how you control the whores, and that's what showbiz is. It's a thing for whores. That's why your friends that in Hollywood are like because they're paid whores. It's real easy. You just got to compromise somebody with something, and you can control them. And it goes back, like Clive Davis. All the record history was the mafia related. The mafia ran all the records. So Clive Davis has been probably an FBI informant for years. Diddy's dad was an FBI informant. That's why Frank Lucas had him killed. He's got family ties to the FBI, just like Maureen Comey, of being snitches and being in that world. So they have these networks built up, and they don't want to let go of them.
So Suge was just saying that Diddy's got moves to make.
Of course.
Yeah. So here now, and so it's this. So definitely, this whole investigation and prosecution is scammy, very scammy. And here's just for fun. Just to let you know, remember that you had that recording as your ringtone of.
No, what I had was so much worse than what this is. I had Meek Mill and him. It was a real downer to listen. I thought it'd be funny, and it was, but then it got to be too much quickly. They're not making love in that recording, Jimmy.
Right.
What they're doing is not making love.
That's not making love.
Yeah, not they talking about the
and that was Diddy and Meek Mill.
Yeah, it sounds like the lady who fell out of the grape tub from that grape stomping viral
Yes,
video.
yeah. It was.
He makes that noise.
Like he just had the wind knocked out of him. Yeah. It was allegedly Diddy and Meek Mill. But here is what Suge Knight. Here's one of the things. This is just for kicks. This reminds me of my friends when they would pledge fraternities in college.
Okay. They used to have these guys. They used to call it the boiled egg test.
The boiled egg test. They used to have these guys, and it was called the boiled egg test. Here we go.
They could take a boiled egg, a raw boiled egg. They have those guys put their pants down and bend over and they stick it up their ass. The eggs break. They say they're not ready yet. They ain't put enough work in. This is Hollywood.
This is Hollywood.
So everybody want to go act like they don't know what's going on.
Hold on a second,
but
Suge.
you just look.
Suge.
You gotta
Hold on, Suge.
That nigga's going crazy. I don't know what he's talking about, but yeah. I don't know what he's talking about, but he's bugging out. Real quick, let's get to this, bro. DeAndre Ayton has agreed to sign with the Los Angeles Lakers. Sources tell ESPN. My boy Shams breaking that news once again. So between Portland and LA, Ayton will earn $34 million next season. Agents Nima Namekian, what the fuck are you, bitch? Of Innovative Sports and Bill Duffy of WME Sports reached the deal with the Lakers president Rob Pelinka. Rob was working, guys. He said Lakers have been asking for Ayton all free agency, and they're gonna regret signing him after a week into the season. I mean, hey. And he got bought out. We didn't have to trade for him. Yeah. A lot of people are calling it trash. He's saying the DeAndre Ayton signing of 2025 is the Christian Wood signing of 2023. I don't know about all that. I mean, I hope homie comes to put in some work. I'm not too familiar with DeAndre Ayton's game because I don't know. I think he has fallen off quite a bit. I think he was on the Phoenix Suns, and when he was there, he was that guy. I think he is kind of injury prone on top of that. So I don't know. We got to see where it goes. We really got to see where it goes, where it takes us, because that'll be I mean, at least we got somebody down low. If he can just be a big body, do what he's supposed to do as a big man, I mean, that's all we can ask for. I don't think he has to go too crazy. Because at the end of the day, we have Luka. We have Luka, and we have LeBron. He just needs to be able to play, be a big man, be healthy, and be a big presence down low. That's what that's what we need right now. I think between him and Jackson Hayes, you can make something shake. Do I hear a title contender? I don't really know, but you know. This nigga, they going crazy. They always hating when we get a sign in, when we not just sitting here drowning. Niggas always be waiting to see who the Lakers get, but we did get them. We did fucking get them. I'm happy about that. I'll probably break that down a little bit more later. Probably can break that down a little bit more later. Let's get into some of the reactions for this bail denied. Back into some of the Diddy stuff. Said denying his bail is the only thing they did right today in the Sean Combs case. Anyway, his bail is denied. So they throwing a party about that. All that early celebrating y'all dumbass was doing. Embarrassing. I mean, boys still chilling. I ain't gonna hold you. It ain't 20 years. It ain't 20 years. Yeah, it's a lot going on in the world today, huh? The judge just denied Diddy's bail. Why they got homie looking like this? It's just crazy. This is not it. This is not it. Independence Day did not come early for Sean Diddy Combs as he was denied bail and will remain in custody pending his sentence in the criminal case that they're trying to get expedited, we might add. They're trying to get that thing expedited so he don't have to wait 10 years. Okay? Now, real quick, let's get to this. Because we have an update in the Damari Hadley case versus Desiree. Okay, last time we was talking about this, they clapped us. But we're going to continue to do what the fuck we got to do. This is the order consolidating cases, I guess bringing them both into one. And this is Desiree Perez's expedited motion. Her expedited motion for a special ordering regarding social media postings and a violation of a court order. So the defendant, Desiree Perez, by and through undersigned counsel, respectfully submits this expedited motion for a special order enforcing the court's prior directives concerning extrajudicial statements and seeks narrowly tailored relief to remedy plaintiff Damari Hadley's recent violation of the court's June 2025 order, specifically for the court to instruct plaintiff to remove social media posts on her social media accounts of matters related to this case. Social media posts on her social media accounts involving any parties and witnesses in this case, including postings of unlawfully obtained recordings that violated Mrs. Perez's right to privacy for the sole purpose of harassing and embarrassing her by revealing confidential and non-public information about her company. Hey, she was already rumbling. See, we already knew what y'all was doing. We just haven't had the concrete proof yet. We just hadn't had the concrete proof yet, Desiree. But don't worry, we're gonna continue to get into it. The posts are calculated to cause reputable harm to exert pressure towards extrajudicial resolution of this matter. Such conduct not only disregards the court's explicit instructions, but also jeopardizes the ability of all parties, particularly Ms. Perez, to receive a fair trial free from improper influence. On June 2025, the court entered a comprehensive order restricting all parties and their counsel from making or disseminating extrajudicial statements, including social media posts related to the case that could be public opinion or interfere with a fair trial. The order explicitly warns that violations would be subject to contempt proceedings and remain ineffective through the cancellation of the case. Despite this clear directive, in June, we're not going to keep saying it, after the court order was entered, plaintiff posted her public Instagram account a short video clip of an interview of Ms. Hadley about this case. The same day, again, after the court order was entered, Ms. Hadley posted another video recording containing both audio and visual content of an illegally obtained private conversation between Mrs. Perez and her stepsister, discussing certain aspects. Well, I think you can argue, let me just pause right there, because I think you can argue that a lot of that stuff, some of the stuff was seen on the news, and we could just clip that news, that Fox News clip, and put it in the video. I doubt that she's editing these interviews and videos herself. So I don't really think that has anything to do with her. Where was I? The recording concerned personal matters and was not only unauthorized by Ms. Perez, who owns and manages the home security system through which plaintiff attempted to the recordings, but was also irrelevant to the claims at issue in this litigation. The Instagram post was shared with captions clearly intended to draw public attention and to harass Ms. Perez. As the filing of this motion, both videos remain available online on plaintiff public Instagram account. Screenshots of the video posts are submitted as Exhibit A and B. The conduct at issue violates the court's June 25 order in both form and substance. Plaintiff's postings and maintaining of these posts, hereby disseminating them, are calculated efforts. Let me just reposition myself. By the plaintiff to embarrass and harass Ms. Perez and others related to the case and threaten them. And threaten to undermine the fairness of the proceedings. Plaintiff actions are especially troubling given the inflammatory nature of the content and the widespread reach of her social media accounts. By publicizing private family discussions that were illegally obtained, plaintiff has generated an online spectacle that threatens to taint the jury pool, invite harassment, and disrupt these proceedings. The timing and targeting of the post further underscored their strategic intent. Defendant Roc Nation first filed a motion for special ordering regarding extrajudicial statements on June 4th, 2025. Yet plaintiff continued her relentless posting up to and after the court's order, in clear violations of the court order. See Roc Nation's motions of order showcase number 113. Now she continues to maintain these postings on social media. Ms. Perez respectfully requests that the court exercise its inherent authority to enforce compliance with its own prior order and curtail this improper conduct. Specifically, she seeks an expedited special order directing plaintiff to immediately remove the June 25 Instagram post, along with any other posts on her social media accounts related to this case, and also prohibiting Ms. Hadley from further publishing, sharing, or reposting any video or any audio or video recordings
or other extrajudicial statements related to any party or witness in this case. Accordingly, any other social media posts that plaintiff has previously made that fall under this ambit should likewise be ordered to be removed. So it says Rule 7.1 certification that she is certified. Da 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 da. More legal jargon. It's not really nothing. Order granting defendant Desiree Perez expedited. So I can't think she was granted it. This cause is before the court upon defendant Desiree. Blah, blah, blah. After reviewing the defendant's motion, the plaintiff's response, and being otherwise fully advised, is hereby ordered that defendant Desiree Perez expedited motion for special order regarding social media postings and violations of court order is granted. The court finds that extrajudicial statements made by plaintiff, which were posted and maintained, thereby disseminated via her social media accounts, were in violation of this court's June 25th order. The court is further finds that such social media postings have a substantial likelihood of interfering with a trial. Accordingly, it is hereby ordered and adjudged that the plaintiff must immediately remove her June 25th postings on her Instagram and must further remove any and all postings made regarding individual or entities which a party or to witness to this suit on plaintiff's social media accounts. Parties must continue to refrain from posting or maintaining posts on social media or other public platforms extrajudicial statements related to this action that are intended to influence public opinion regarding the merits of this case in accordance to its June 25th order. Violations of this order by either party will be subjected to offer to contempt proceedings by this court. This shall remain in force through the conclusion of this case unless modified. So she was granted these things of her having an interview here, and again of her posting this Vegeta of Gag City post. Okay, so basically, obviously, what this all means is she is not trying to have Shorty speaking on the case at all. Okay, she doesn't want her to have a voice in this, and I don't know, I think it's important that she does, because we see the power that Desiree Perez has. She can pay off a doctor, she can pay off a lawyer, and perhaps even a judge. So I think it's important that she remains as loud as possible. We remain loud as possible, because it's just some shady shit going on as far as Rock Nation in this case is concerned. And this is regular shit that they do. You know what I'm saying? This is par for the course. So again, we got to continue putting shit on Front Street. We'll probably be covering a little bit more of her case along with, well, as we phase out this Diddy case, finally, and wipe our hands with it. If you, again, have been here the entire time I've been covering this case and, you know, going back and forth with sources and trying to keep all the facts straight on the case, keeping my emotion and most of my opinions out of it, I rock with you. I appreciate you guys for tuning in every fucking day and doing that. All right, you niggas are what keeps me going and coming here and doing this shit every time. Okay, but it seems like that's all that we have as far as the Diddy case is concerned, and we just gave you a little update on the Damore Hadley case. It's time for me to sit down and digest and break a little bit of this DeAndre Ayton trade down, and you know, kind of see what Lakers Twitter, Lakers Nation, Lakers Facebook, everybody is talking about. Okay, so yeah, I appreciate you guys for stopping in. That's pretty much all we got today. They were trying to clap us last time, so again, just make sure if things like that happen again, you know, just in case, you're following me on all platforms. Okay,
Make sure you tap into me. If you're watching this from X, tap in with me on YouTube. Okay, link is in my bio. You can tap in with me on YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe. So anytime we get clapped on X, or we get clapped on Twitch, or anything like that, or we get clapped on Rumble, which I highly doubt. But follow us on Rumble too. Follow the Doja Room on Rumble. Look us up. And we're right there too. So follow me on all platforms so that you're tuned in every single time I do a live. Okay. This is going to be the new schedule here in the afternoon. So I'll be trying to do, little fun things here and there. Probably get back into some more Snap, because I like playing my Marvel Snap every now and then. It's what I do. You can come in here, game on, talk a little shit, do what we do. But yeah. I appreciate everybody for stopping through, man. It's been your boy, Dope Boy Diesel. This is the Doja Room. And I can't thank you guys enough if you has been rocking with me throughout this entire fucking case, okay? This entire case. To all my stoners, hippies, and hip-hop enthusiasts, you niggas rock. Y'all are the best. And I'll see you next time we're in the motherfucking Doja Room. I am out.
Yeah, hey, this that special sauce. Spill that drip, I wipe it off. $1 million worth of game. Can't feel that I work too hard. Poetry on it.